Hi, my name is Anna. This is my story. It will hurt. It might break your heart. But it's real. And it's mine. When I was just 17, my father lost his job. My mother cried every night, hiding it behind the sound of cooking pots. Our house was cold, and our hearts were colder. One day, my uncle came to visit. He didn't come with food. He came with a deal. "There's a man in the city," he said. "He's rich. He wants a young bride." My mother's hands trembled. My father looked at the floor. "Anna," they said, "this is your chance." I was 17. I didn't even know how to braid my hair right. But they dressed me in a red dress and told me to smile. I said, "I want to go to school. I want to be a nurse." My father slapped the table. "Dreams don't feed the family," he said. The next week, I was married to a man named Luis. He was 38. He never looked at me like a wife, just a body, a prize he bought. On the first night, I locked the door and cried on the floor. But the door didn't stop him. Nothing ever did. I whispered to myself, just survive, one day at a time. But days became years, and things got worse. He didn't just hurt me with his hands. He hurt me with his silence, with his words. "You are ugly, you are useless, you are mine." One day I found out I was pregnant. I smiled for the first time in years. Maybe this baby will save me, I thought. But Luis didn't smile. He got angrier. One night he came home drunk. I was 6 months pregnant. He threw a glass at the wall. It shattered, like my hope. "I told you not to keep it," he growled. I ran to the bathroom, locked the door, and held my belly. "Please," I whispered. "Please, stay alive." But the next morning, there was blood. So much blood. At the hospital, the doctor said, "I'm sorry, you lost your baby." Something inside me broke. Not just sadness. Rage. When I returned home, I was silent. Luis looked at me like trash. "You can't even be a mother," he spat. "What good are you?" I didn't answer. I didn't cry. I just stared. That night, I made a plan. I started saving coins, hiding them in the cracks of the kitchen wall. I spoke to a woman at the clinic. She gave me a number, a place, a shelter. It took me 3 more months. One night, when Luis was passed out drunk, I packed a plastic bag. One dress, one picture of my baby's ultrasound, one hope. I ran. I stayed at the shelter. I cleaned floors. I slept on a mattress on the ground. But for the first time in years, I slept without fear. Every morning I made tea for the other women. We were all broken, but we were alive. One day, I saw a little girl at the shelter. Her eye was bruised. Her mother whispered her father hit her because she spilled milk. That day, I decided I will not just survive, I will fight. I started working at a school as a cleaner. I learned English at night. I read stories like mine, stories of women who rose again. Years passed. I got a job at a women's helpline. I talked to girls who were where I had been. One day, a girl called. She was crying. "They're forcing me to marry tomorrow," she said. I said, "Hold on, I'll come get you." And I did. Now I run a small shelter called The First Step. We have 10 beds, 3 volunteers, and a wall, covered in drawings made by children who smile again. I still cry sometimes when I remember my baby, when I see girls too young to understand pain carrying it like chains. But I also smile, because I am not that girl in the red dress anymore. I am Anna. I was sold. I was beaten. I was silenced. But I didn't die. I survived. I rose. And now I fight for those still in the fire.
Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe for more videos.